Hi friends, welcome to Aishu's DIY. Today I want to do a knotting necklace, and first I thought I will do some macrame, so I pulled out this one. This one is 0.45 millimeter polyester waxed cord. I'm sorry, I bumped the camera. So that's what this is. But then I thought, okay, why not I use a knotting technique that will be simpler at the same time it will make a statement. So that's what I thought, and that's what I figured it out. I have this hexagon shape, like really a different I can't even say hexagon, a different shaped flat roundel kind of a thing, but at the same time they're faceted, and the cut is way too big. Normally the roundel will be flat on the top and then just goes like this, right? So this is a different shaped bead. I think these are 8 by 4 millimeter, probably something like that. So I really like this different shaped bead. This is an antique gold that goes well with my teardrop beads that I got from lbeads.com. And this is an lbeads.com collaboration video. I will leave down the description box below the link to purchase these teardrop beads. These are 1.5-inch long, and they are $5 each plus shipping. And but they are really, there's 10 pieces in a strand. And I have pulled out this 0.8 millimeter Chinese knotting cord, and I have a lighter, and you will need a scissors as well. So this lighter is very useful. This is their regular lighter. I got this from Dollar Tree, and this one I bought it from Amazon, like 5 for about $12 or so, which seemed to be very economical for me. I had one which I bought, I think, one for $4.50 in Walmart or Target, but this one is much cheaper. I will leave down the description box below if you guys want. And this one is from Amazon. uh, if you use this, there's a high chance that you get burnt, but look at that neck right here, so you will never burn yourself if you have that. So that's a very handy tool. And this, I took it in the red color. This is the color I had. I wish I had a little bit darker red, not like this is a bright red, right? So I want it more like this color, maybe. I mean, a little bit darker in this tone would be a great one, but I didn't have one, but this one works well. So I will just pull out some of these beads right here for me, and then I have some 8 seed beads as well. I don't know which brand these are from, but this is opaque or transparent. It's not opaque, so it's transparent but matte finish. So I have those, and I'm thinking maybe I'll start from the center or from the side, is what my thought process is. I have a pattern in mind, using like 7 of these teardrop beads. I'm gonna use some chain as well. This is a regular curb chain, and I think it's just like this. You can use any chain you want. I will let you guys know. I have that in mind. I wanted to use this, but let's see how it goes, right? So first of all, this is not like a U necklace. That meaning, these are teardrops, right? I cannot hang exactly like this, so I cannot hang like this. That won't be a good for a necklace, right? So I need the direction changed, just like that. This is what my thought process is. So now let's see which one is really nice. I would do it in the center. I really like this to be in the center, maybe, or this. See, there is a little bit of a chip at the end, so I need to select one which is really nice. I really like this. So this will be the center. This will be the side beads, but the center I want to attach it in a different way. So I would say work with the spool. I don't want to cut any beads off, and then take all my you can use like different red color if you have. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some seed beads first. I burnt the edge with my lighter so that this doesn't fray, and it's easy, and it serves as a needle to thread in my beads. Okay, now let me just burn a little bit more. If you do this, be like this, but I don't know if it'll fit through my 8 of seed bead. You can also use 6 of seed bead if you want to. Just snip this at an angle, and let's try. I just assumed that the 8 of seed beads will go through. I never checked it. If you have a tweezers, in my case I have a tweezer nose pliers, then you can hold the end of it and then push your beads down. It goes through. It's a bit of a hassle, but I don't like beads very, very big in my project. It's just my thought process. So I added 2 beads, and then actually in the end we can add more of these seed beads. In my opinion, this necklace is not a small necklace, like not 18 inches or so. It should be at least 20 inches, not like 24 inches long that you can put it without even a clasp. No, I am going to add a sliding clasp with our macrame at the end. So that will be that. This is easily going, just that one bead was a little bit tough. So 8 seed beads goes comfortably. That's what I remember, so I never checked it. Comfortably through 0.8 millimeter Chinese knotting cord. So that should not be a problem. So let's see how much we have here. So there is 5 and 5, 10, 12 beads. Yes, that's good enough. So first I add 12 beads, and then I start my pattern. Okay, add this roundel. It's just my pattern. You can come up with any pattern you want. The roundel, seed bead, and seed bead. I'm checking if I like this because I'm gonna knot between everything, so I think this looks good to me. And I want a section of about, say, 2 inches maybe, or 1.5 inch, something around that. So that will be so one more set. I will finish stringing the pattern and come back to you guys, because it's like I have the design in my mind and I haven't made up my mind completely, and I need to figure out the length and stuff like that, because this is 1.5 inch long. So if I'm using like say 1 and 3 beads on the side and 3 beads on this side, this is 3 inches. Okay, 4.5 inches. So 4.5 inches will come just with this bead. So for a 20 inch, you already have 4.5, 4.5, which is what, 9, right? So you have only 11 more inch to fill it up with. So for that we need 1 inch clasp, the sliding clasp. So that will leave you only with 10 inch worth of, you know, space. So for 3 to work, I need 1.5, 1.5 and 1.5 again. Yeah, so 1.5 inch worth of this pattern. I know I'm like all over the place, but I will string these beads and come back to you guys. Hi friends, welcome back. I have strung like this. I really like this pattern, how it turned out to be. And so here in the middle, you can just call this a day. You can finish it off with a sliding knot in the back, and you can wear this as such. It's very very flexible because of the cord, and it is not stiff at all, and it will lay perfectly around your neck, and that's about it. You can get it done with. But I want to do a little bit differently. So at this end, we need anyways the sliding knot. What I'm gonna do is take my ruler. So measure, say, so I just want to add a bead or two. Let me see. So I will add a seed bead, a rounder, and then a seed bead. Okay, and then tie an overhand knot at the end. Just like so, and push these 3 beads to the end. This is our kind of an end, right? Like a where we can, adjust the sliding knot. Then put another knot after these 3 beads. Just make sure that the knot stays right next to the 3 beads, just like so. Right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is snip off this short tail, take my lighter, burn it and tap it like that. So this end is now secure, and this is not gonna move anyway. So I want only 3 inch gap over here, and then an inch gap for the sliding knot. Okay, just like so. So totally actually 3.5 inches good enough. Yeah, 3.5 inches good enough. And from here I need a knot. Okay, as I said, if we are just doing the sliding knot, this much is enough, and we will overlap these 2 cords and do the sliding knot. But I am doing it a little bit differently. You can finish at this point of time. You make a knot, you take your roller, okay, and put tweezer nose pliers inside, and then I'm just moving this knot. So I just want this knot to be at 3.5 mark, right? So I'm just going to loosen that up, right? So put the tweezer inside, or the tweezer nose pliers in my case, and hold it at the 3.5 mark, which is right here. And then now I just want to tighten that knot at that point of time, at that distance. So now we have a 3.5 inch gap. right here from this end to this knot. So that's that. Now what I'm going to do here is so as I said, these can be done like these can be knotted at every other bead, and in this necklace I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'm just going to add simply the knots and then call it a day. Not a lot of knots, but some knots. Okay, so first of all what I'm going to do is in the back section I want a little bit of a distance. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to knot after 2 beads. There is 12 beads. Okay, so it will be a knot after 2 beads, or we can do knot after every single bead. It's totally up to us. I'm going to do a knot after every single bead. So I have strung all the beads on. I have it in the spool, so I don't have to cut. I don't have to worry about, yes, I have less cord, more cord, or cut more cord and I'm not able to use it. Nothing of that sort. That's what I really like about this. So just go ahead and cover it around my 3 fingers. Make a loop. Take this tail end and put it through that loop. Okay, and then bring it. It's hand knotting technique. We have seen several videos of mine. If you're not aware of this hand knotting technique, please go ahead and watch the video wherein I show you guys in very detail. You can also use your pliers to do this. The hand knotting technique may not be very good with this small bead, that's what I would say. There is also another option of using a tweezers or tweezer nose pliers, just like what I'm doing, just like so. That's again a knot, and then push that. There is also you can also use a bead awl to do the knot, or beadle on knotting tool that you can use. Usually I use that for pearls and stuff like that, small beads. There we go. And knotting is always easy and stress free. And as I said, you don't have to knot at every other bead. After every other bead. So you put a knot, you take your tweezer nose pliers and hold it right there and bring it all the way. See how loose it is? Now you take the pliers and push that knot tight towards the bead. That way you will get it right next to it. And let's use a bead awl this time to get that knot right there where it wants to be placed. Put a bead awl here, okay, and tighten this knot, okay, just like so. See, all the way close to the bead, and then slowly remove the bead awl. See how loose it is. Now take your pliers and push that knot towards the bead. That's it. Move the next bead. See how it is knotted. It's okay to have this. It will get straightened out once you wear it because of the weight of the necklace. So don't straighten it up. It will loosen up your knots. Make it and bring it. I like to do with my tweezer nose pliers. Just bring everything together and tighten that knot. After I finish this 12 seed beads that I have at the end, then I won't be knotting every other bead. I will be knotting only in sections. Let me tell you guys. In crochet also, we tend to load our beads before we start crocheting. So that's the same thing that we are following here. I feel that this is much more, stress free, because I tend to grab less cord than usual, or really a lot of cord. That's how my track record is so far. So I really like this method. You don't have to assume. If you want more knots, you can do more knots. If you want less knots, you can do less knots. Whatever you want. No longer the amount of thread is coming into play for the decision for you. You can do it freely. You can design freely without the worry that, oh, the thread will get over. I cannot. I often do change my pattern, I would say. Sometimes if I don't like it, I will change it. Even though I have decided this way, I will change it to another way if I don't like it. So for me, this is the best practice. That's a knotting. So now there's a knot, right? This is considered to be one section. See, a seed bead, a roundel, seed bead, roundel, seed bead, roundel, and it ends with a seed bead. So the four of this I consider it to be one section. So I move everything together. I don't knot in between that. And then I'm gonna do an overhand knot, and I can actually hand knot it if I want to. There we go. Tighten that up, hold it on top and pull it. See that? So this part stays together, and I really like the way it stays. And now move the teardrop bead just like so, right? And then tie an overhand knot. Bring it all the way next to the teardrop. Should be easy to hand knot it. Hold it like that and tighten that up. Now move this section completely towards the teardrop. Now it's going to go for faster, much faster, right? The pattern will go much faster now. Take all of these, and then we are just knotting in between the sections. So here we go. Hold it and pull it tight. There is our knot. Tighten that and bring the teardrop all the way, and then go ahead and make an overhand knot. Right next to the teardrop bead. Move the next section of seed beads and the roundel beads, and then tie again a knot. I will leave down in the description box below the discount code specially for our channel viewers and subscribers. So take advantage of that from lbeads.com, and you will find this teardrop beads there. Very pretty. And they have multiple items, like thousands of items on sale all the time that you can find. But this one I didn't even buy it on sale. It was original price. It's like 10 beads for $5. It's 50 cents a bead. So here we go. So we came to the center part of the necklace. See, there is only 4 of this roundel section here, and when it comes here I have 8. If you can see, there's 8. but there is only one seed bead right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to knot in between these beads. Okay, so regularly after the seed bead, this time I'm knotting after the roundel because I have only one seed bead in between. So you need to put all this portion inside that knot and bring it like that. Hold on, if you can see the bump right there, that's where you're holding it and then delivering that knot. Move that seed bead, one seed bead and one more knot. There we go. And then move this 4 bead section and deliver another knot right there. See how fast the necklace is coming out. So you don't have to do a knotted necklace by putting knots every other bead. You can do it this way too. And Chinese knotting cord is pretty strong, and this 0.8 millimeter is pretty strong as well. You don't even have to knot in between if you don't want to. As you get that strong and you do the adjusting clasp at the end, you're good to go. There we go. It involves a little bit of macrame, but trust me, macrame square knots are very easy to do. Once you learn that technique, you can apply in so many ways, different ways. You will be very, very thankful that you learned that. I am. So that any card and every card is possible for me to get done without a clasp but an adjusting clasp, right? With the cord itself. So I'm knotting. I'm putting a knot before the teardrop and after the teardrop, after this section. I'll finish doing all of these knots, and then I will finish the end also, and I will come back. Hi friends, welcome back. I finished making this, as you guys can see. See, I haven't straightened it because I didn't want it to be straightened. Automatically it will get straightened. See, I have finished this end also the same way we did the other end. Right, now this is done. We need to do the adjusting clasp, and this is the center. We will address the center of the necklace. You can just wear it like this, totally fine, but I just really want to use some chain and do some work right here. Let me just take some so I have here 18 gauge wire. I wonder will 18 gauge fit here in anti-copper. It's a Beadsmith brand beading wire. So I shall open that up, and this is a little bit of an antique color. I don't want to use the regular gold color per se, and it's pretty strong, way too strong. This is 18 gauge from Fire Modern Gems. Everything, the temperament of the wire is quite different. I would like to use a 20 gauge wire. That's straightforward and easy. So say about 2.5 inches. That's good enough. Let me see where my wire cutter is. Right here. I mean, I took a little bit more. Let me see how much I have here. So I have 3.5 inch to be exact. Okay. So I take this, take my tweezer nose pliers and just keep it at the end. This is the one which is not flush cut, this end. And then I just make it into a U form and squish the U to form a hairpin. And then what I do is take my bead, I put that in, then the seed bead, then the roundel bead, and then the seed bead. Okay. See if it looks good. It does look good. Then bend the wire. See how I leave a little bit of a distance, so it's easy to bend it. Take your round nose pliers. Okay. Put your pliers out there. Bring it around to form a loop. Take this loop in your finger. There's a short distance over here. Just wrap it around once and then just like this. Just come around a bit. That's about it. I had extra, so I just did that. Or else you can just, you can just do a wire wrap and finish it off. But this way you can utilize the wire completely, the leftover wire. There we go. So now this is here. Take my chain. So all the chains will have like a jumping effect. See this? You can take your pliers, some other pliers, 2 pairs of pliers, and just open this up just like so. Add it to this loop and close it. That's like a jump ring. Now this is attached. So I want this to go underneath our necklace. Just hang like this. I mean, it's just a decorative element per se. So you can just do that. Like a little bit long, short, however you want. I want just a little bit long. Not a lot long, just a little bit long. So here is about my sweet spot. So find the gap or the opening in the curb chain and then just twist it open. And let's take this off and put this in here. Okay, take this chain off and I'm going to again put it in the loop. So it's just a connector. You can also add a jump ring, but this is what I want to do. There we go. So it just hangs like this. It's just a different way of doing it. It doesn't have to be this way. You can just add a big jump ring and do it and finish it off, but I really like this design, so I'm doing it. Now the last part is to add our adjusting clasp. So we don't need the tools anymore. As I said, you don't have to have all of these tools. You can just do this as a knotted necklace. That's only one bead is left. I have already made earrings with 2 other beads, so I have finished using this red color completely. So this one right here, I'm gonna overlap this and do square knot. I set up the overlap here in my Naughty Do doll. Take like a 10-inch piece, 10 to 8-inch piece. Actually, let's try 8-inch this time and see how it goes, right? Why waste 10-inch? There we go. 8-inch piece of the same 0.8 millimeter Chinese knotting cord, and I'm putting it underneath these two and I'm going to start doing my square knots. So I'm doing my Q first and come back on top and go underneath and just pull through. While pulling through, I just keep the 2 cords like that and do it. So now we shall do our P. I will just move this right here and then do this P. Don't go ahead and do this knot very tightly. We still should be able to slide our cords back and forth through this. So I'll finish doing this and I'll come back. But I will record it. So here we go, series of Q's and P's right here. It's a small bump right there. I wonder how it came. I shall remove it and fix the bump. Here we go. So the Q's and P's, it's basic square knot. If you don't know how to do the square knots, please go ahead and watch my video on basic macrame knots. Then you will learn this knot, which is really helpful for so many projects. And you can make bracelets out of this knot, necklaces out of this knot, even earrings you can make it. So many things that you can do with this basic knot. There we go. We don't need this many knots. All we need is like 6 knots. That means 3 Q's and 3 P's should be good enough to slide. But since it's a necklace, I would like to do about, say, 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch worth of square knots, so that it's a little bit more secure. So 8 inches of cord is more than enough. As you guys can see, I can squeeze one more knot here. Let me do that. Then we are good to go. There we go. Now take your scissors and snip off this excess cord on both sides. Take your lighter and mount the end and just tap it down. Now our necklace is completely done, ready to go. It's so easy and simple. At the same time, it looks really pretty, in my opinion. I hope you guys like it too. See this sliding knot? Now you can adjust it. You can have enough space to move it and put it on top of your head. And then this is how it looks, as you guys can see. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos a couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.